My mother travelled to the Swiss Assisted Dying Clinic in Switzerland in 2013 to end her suffering with Huntington's disease, and my brother and I travelled with her to support her in her wishes. Now, in light of Lord Faulkner's Assisted Dying Bill, which will be heard again this year, I wanted to ask you openly, Liz, if it's something that you support and will support and push for a change in the law to allow a terminally ill person with less than 6 months to live to end their suffering in their own home. In my mum's position, she didn't have a terminal illness per se, but there was no cure for Huntington's, and her standard of life was horrible. Most recently, poor Bob Cole has just travelled only last week to the Swiss Assisted Dying Clinic, and I wanted to ask if you would support the bill, with it being a Labour bill.
Liz Kendall.
Yes, Andy, I will be voting for it.
Fantastic.
It's it's not a whipped vote, as we call it. It will be up to MPs to vote with their consciences, and I think I know a lot of people are concerned about this, and they're worried that maybe pressure will be put on people. But I believe the safeguards in the bill are strong. There has to be a diagnosis of terminal illness, and that the person is expected to have 6 months or less to live. It has to be certified by 2 doctors, and there'll be judicial oversight to make sure that they're not under any pressure.
And you're comfortable with that as it stands?
I am. You know, as I had a constituent myself who, I went to see him, and he was desperate, and he talked me through it, and I believe in people giving people as much power and control over what happens to them as possible, and I think that that's right at the very end of life, as well as through all cages.
Obviously, you don't share the conversation, but did that conversation with your constituent change your mind, reinforce a view? I think it probably reinforced a view, and it won't be right for everyone. A very dear friend of mine has just looked after her dad for 7 months, and in fact it's his funeral tomorrow that I'm going to, and I know how hard it is for families, and many do want to let the illness take its course, and as people need the ability to die in their own homes, but I also believe that this bill would be a step forward. As a country, we don't talk about what might make a good death, and it's something other countries, I believe, may be more open about. So Thank you for your call, Andy. And you know that I'm not agnostic about Jeremy Corbyn becoming leader, but it's not simply a matter of taking on his policies. That's a double negative. I'm not agnostic.
I don't want to see Jeremy Corbyn as leader of the Labour Party.
Thank you.
Because I think we'll lose again, and I can't bear